entitled this "The Truth About Lean," and with a subtitle, "Look, Mum, the Emperor Has No Clothes." And this is based out of our experience, I suppose, in the last few years, that a lot of companies have set up lean programs or done lean activities. And at the end of it, how lean are they? And the answer is not very. So there's been a lot of very poor attempts done at lean out there. And we're sort of lean fundamentalists. So, how lean are they? If you think of your own operations, how lean is it really? Are you applying any of those principles on the previous page other than number 5? So real lean, and by real lean I mean the levelling, the standard work, the flow, the pull, has been progressively replaced with a light version, if you like, which is based almost totally on waste elimination. And so much so that lean has got a bit of a bad vibe or name in the last few years, and it's deserved in most cases. It often gets packaged into some sort of generic program which doesn't have a focus on making value flow, which is one of the key tenets of lean, if you like. And it's often about the deployment of tools. Okay, sometimes even geographically across the plant. We did Area 1 from January to March. Our key metric is how many people have done yellow belt training. Next month or next quarter we'll do Area 2. People fool themselves into thinking that that's doing a good job of lean. It isn't. A thing that often happens is somehow the ownership becomes the internal consultant or the internal lean person, and they're the only person flying the lean flag, and are, get some resistance or whatever, or get it hard to get decisions made or change to happen. Our view is that lean should be owned by the business unit manager, that lean is their technique for delivering goals which have been deployed by site management. Okay, it's not the responsibility of the internal consultant. They're there to help. Otherwise, it weakens the whole lean incentive or program in a company. And the other fault that we most commonly see is that the lean activity is not linked to a system of goal deployment. In other words, senior managers should be saying, what's important for this site next year? The top block is almost always sustain or longevity, as in be here next year and the year after. So what do we do to need that? You might decide we need to be very good on cost per unit. You might decide we need to be very good at introducing new products. We might need to be very fast. That gets decided at corporate, at senior management level, and then that should be deployed down to everybody, including the labs. In order to meet that site target, you need to do X, Y, and Z. That's your part of it, and how you get there is via your lean program. That's a much stronger system. Okay, lean best practices and lean tools have become an end in themselves. People do a set of value stream maps, identify some wastes, and we've done lean. 5S is not lean, I've said that already. To make, all of these are techniques which are useful and appropriate if the goal you're trying to achieve requires them, but they're not lean in themselves. Okay. And then lean improvements are often not converted into meaningful, measurable performance improvements and that's because of the focus on waste elimination only. So you might improve sample receipt process, for example, and you use LIMS and get rid of your logbooks or whatever, finally. So that the amount of effort it took to do that drops from 4 hours a day to 3 hours a day. So what happens to that hour? Does it result in more products being tested? Very unlikely. And most initiatives and improvement initiatives end up with saving 20 minutes for this person, 37 for you, 42 for you. But there's no philosophy or underlying method of operation, lean method of operation, which allows you to cobble all those improvements together to actually improve something that's measurable.